Today, how tremendously thick is the physical manifestation of your guilt? Can it clap without hands? This is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint, B.
Oh, thanks, G.
What? No, I mistyped while I was trying to make the text bold while writing this intro.
Oh, right. Yeah, I always forget these are scripted.
Yeah, considering we planned them, you think they'd be better. Usually, and I realize this sounds like something we're making up, whenever a video game appears to make changes or tweaks to a character's butt, it's not actually commented on. As in, the game's community or internet at large might make assumptions or create comparison graphics or endless listicles, but rarely, if ever, does a developer outright say, yeah, we made the butt extra juicy. But that's what happened this week with Dead by Daylight, who have put some respect on the mighty cheeks of Silent Hill's Pyramid Head, of all people. Known as the Executioner in-game, the geometrically topped murder boy suffered a costume malfunction that rendered his gluteus more minimus than maximus. But an actual patch note from game developer Behavior states they have, quote, fixed an issue that caused the Executioner's rear to be too flat. Later confirming to Polygon, they hope the community agree on the level of roundness. So worry not, Dead by Daylight players. Pyramid the Executioner Head may be rending you limb from limb with his impractically enormous sword, but at least he will have the Pixar mom dump truck he rightly deserves.
Do you love video games but are tired of playing them? Like just sick to fucking death of playing video games? Like you would rather just roll around on the lawn outside and hope for your grass allergy to put you in a goddamn coma than put thumbs to buttons just one more time? Well then, friend, you are the primary audience for the Switch Up, a new Nintendo Switch accessory from Collective Minds. The Switch Up lets you plug in a PlayStation or Xbox controller to your Switch, and then cheat your ass off at Fortnite. And if someone gets pissed at you for cheating at Fortnite, just scream #FreeFortnite at them and rapid crouch fire in a circle until you get auto-banned. But you know where this little device really shines? Shinies! That's right, it's got a Pokemon Sword and Shield mode where you can automate shiny egg chaining and shiny soft reset chaining. If you understood what any of that means, then you've probably already formed an opinion ready-baked to be shared online, so go ahead and share it in the comments of some other channel. Some people are saying it's a good thing to automate something they were doing anyway, and some other people are saying that it's a bad thing because you didn't get it legitimately. Me, I'm saying I could watch a shinies fall off a bike all day. I don't give a fuck about your Pokemon. And post.
We haven't talked about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds in a while, and part of that is that they changed the name a couple months ago. Yes, gone are the days of Peter Uptown's Bullet Downtown, as the casual nomenclature of PUBG has been further embraced, and the original game is now PUBG Battlegrounds. This allows them to better unify the whole brand with the existing PUBG Mobile and the upcoming PUBG New State. In fact, it's been so long since we discussed PUBG Rattleclowns that even the developer has changed its name. The studio originally known as Bluehole, who then later restructured slightly into PUBG Corp, is now known as Krafton, with both Bluehole and PUBG Studios still existing as subsidiaries. I mention all this because the South Korean-based Krafton just went public on the South Korean Stock Exchange, and it didn't go well. Largely because of China. See, a lot of Krafton's market share comes from China, where Cyberpunk Ultra Corp Tencent publishes PUBG Battlegrounds under the now hilariously off-brand name Peacekeeper Elite. And you might recall last week we reported that Chinese state media had referred to online gaming as spiritual opium, causing Tencent to announce they would be issuing new restrictions to reduce playtime and spending for minors. So, pretty awkward timing for Krafton, who were down 9% after the first day of trading. But according to Gamasutra, we're apparently still the top video game company stock on the Seoul stock market at the end of trading. Such is the power of JPEG cattle sounds.
Layoff news sucks. I don't like bringing it to you, but in this case, we all have to take a look and marvel at the high polish of the CEO's brass balls. Meet Alexander Agapitov, the CEO of Xsolla, a payment processing company that you've probably heard of, if only because you're continually confused as to why you keep seeing $5 payments on PayPal to them. Xsolla has been doing great during the pandemic, thank you very much, with last year's profits being up 80%. Sadly, in the last 6 months, growth has slowed to, get this, under 40% year on year. It must suck to have problems, huh? Anyway, the clearest explanation for why Xsolla's growth has dipped has been laid at the feet of 150 now ex-employees. When you lay off 1/3 of your workforce, it pays to be sure you're getting the right goldbrickers and layabouts. So Xsolla relied on the only way to be 100% sure they catch everybody. Big data! Agapadov's big data team combed through Xsolla systems like Jira, Gmail, document stores, dashboards, and even employee chats, though weirdly not Git or any other development IDEs, to determine that these laid-off employees were unengaged and unproductive. I'm pulling that quote from Agapadov's breakup letter, which is chock full of more unusual shit I don't know if I can blame on translation, like, you were not always present at the workplace when you worked remotely, and Natalia will read you your rights? In subsequent interviews, he said things like, I realize I'm having trouble with my emotional intelligence, but I'm working on it, followed by, whatever you tell the press, there are only two kinds of stories. Stories of fear and stories of hope. Fear sells better, and this is a scary story that sells very well. And after a video call press conference to discuss the layoffs, he lamented that next time he'd hold a press conference with only members of the media so he could avoid a situation where everyone can ask questions, then summarize the whole thing in a tweet, which can be translated to say, work your fucking ass off or get your fucking ass out. It's kind of refreshing to us when someone is just an unabashed asshole because there's no ambiguity in saying things like, Christ, what an asshole!
Okay, it's actually very little news this week, but more house cleaning going on over at Blizzard with 3 senior developers let go in the past few days. Luis Barriga, director of Diablo 4, and Jesse McCree, one of Diablo 4's lead designers, and World of Warcraft designer Jonathan LeCraft were, well, we assume fired. There was no grand farewell, and all Activision Blizzard would say in a statement to Polygon is that the 3 men were, quote, no longer with the company. They didn't even get the J. Allen Brack gone to pursue other opportunities bullshit. They're just gone. A particularly complicating point for Blizzard here is that, like Alex Afrasiabi before him, designer Jesse McCree has also lent his name to an in-game character. In this case, Overwatch's resident cowboy, McCree. First name Jesse. And since Bobby Kotick made such a point of mentioning how the Afrasiabi NPCs would be renamed, what's going to happen with Mr. High Noon? Quick-thinking Overwatch League broadcasters already did their best to refer to him as Cowboy and Peacemaker during a stream the other day, but changing his name is also going to mean recording an ass ton of new dialogue, which is totally within their means, but might also make them just not bother. You can be almost assured also that Blizzard is going to stop naming characters after real people now. But what does all of this mean for the now further delayed Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2? I don't know, who gives a shit? They were unprovably, but almost certainly, announced early at BlizzCon 2019 to distract from how Blizzard fucked up handling the Hong Kong protest situation way before they were ready to be announced. And now both of those games have cycled through at least 2 lead designers, and Blizzard has nothing big to distract us with this time. If a cinematic trailer promising a new Lost Vikings title appears in the next week, don't fall for it.
At this point, I'm wondering how many Blizzard characters are not named after developers.
Well, probably not Balog the Fierce.
Are you willing to stake 300 Norwegian kroner on that?
No, B, I am not.
Coming up, Nintendo has patched out an Animal Crossing bug that prevented clouds from appearing in the sky. However, there has still been no word on when they will patch out the bug that keeps Brewster from appearing. A new Nintendo Switch accessory from Collective Minds. The fucking what? Why did I do that? I literally saw the words and said the wrong ones. You ever have that happen?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. For some reason, I thought you were going to... I thought you were going to do that aside again.
Oh, about that they're Canadian.
Yeah, like, who are Canadian, by the way? I don't know why. There's no reason for me to expect you to do that.
Like, we're from Canada. One love, yo.
Yeah, exactly. Good job, cheaters. I'm never going to call you B again.
Yeah, thank you. I might continue to refer to you as G, but maybe...
That's fine. I'm totally up with that. But, like, B, it's not even fewer syllables.
No, it really isn't. Yeah. You slam that J at the end of it, and you're fine.
Beach. Get the bat.
How much is 300 Norwegian kroner?
I think it's about like, I'm gonna make a guess here. I think it's less than $10 US. I think it's like
how much is 300 Norwegian kroner in Canadian dollars?
Ooh, that's good too.
Let's see if Siri knows this. Oh, about $42.15.
Okay, so that was about right for American dollars then too.
Yeah, nice.
$42. That's not bad.
All right. I was like, what is PUBG new state? They're doing like a new game under the
Tactics?
PUBG umbrella. No, it looks like it's like PUBG Mobile, but new. It's a battle royale mobile game, but there's like some new features, like you can like modify your guns in the middle of the game or something. Like this, I don't know. What I read about it seems like the stuff they're adding could just be features
in normal PUBG.
Of normal PUBG Mobile, but I don't know. It's out in beta in like some countries, not here.
I would assume like, because PUBG's thing has always really seemed to be like wide open spaces, a big island that you all get to know over a period of time, and like, well, if you're gonna take from others like Fortnite, then I could see new state being like the graphics will be a little more. They won't be as realistic. They'll be maybe a little more cartoony or a little more edgy or like, however you want to do that. Or maybe it's like these are more about fighting in large urban environments.
Right.
As opposed to like the very spread out, not very urban kind of things.
I think at this point, crafting is more than free to more than borrow from Fortnite.
Absolutely.
I don't know whatever happened with that lawsuit. I never saw any follow-up on it. That you remember?
Yeah, the kind of a look and feel thing they were saying, like you stole this whole idea from us.
Well, yeah, because it was they were like what they were alleging, what Bluehole at the time was alleging was that like they made PUBG in Unreal Engine and worked with Epic to be like, here's how we want to do all this stuff. This is how we're can you help us use your engine that we're licensing from you?
Right.
And then Unreal went yes. Or Epic, rather, went, yes, that's great. Here's how you would do it. And now that we know all of that as well, we're going to make Fortnite Battle Royale.
Yeah.
And they can't. They literally said in the trailer for Fortnite Battle Royale, they talked about how much they played PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and enjoyed playing it, and this was a direct inspiration from that. And so that's where that lawsuit. But I don't know what happened to it.
Me neither.
That's a problem. Is we do a lot of stories on like so and so is suing so and so, but generally speaking, the actual conclusion of these is
largely
like,
lost to
the ether.
Just
sort of they just peter out or get settled or nothing get dropped or nothing happens, and so it's like
that is the burden of us not being real journalists. We don't have to care.